and welcome to this week's Sunday Catchup podcast. How are you and how has your week been? I really hope it's been a good one. So today is Diwali, the start of Diwali, and I love this time of year. It's just such a great time, and Diwali can happen. It's on the new moon in October, November, and it's today, Monday. What is the date today? The 21st, I think it's today. And it's the Festival of Light, and I can't believe that we were in India and came home on Friday and did not think about Diwali and when that was. So we could have stayed, and it would have been immense out there. One day we will do it, we really will. So whatever you're doing, and if you've listened to this day, light a candle, just think about the blessings that you would like to receive and send out into the world. So wishing you blessings of light, happiness, health, prosperity, and everything that you wish for, and enjoy this time. You might notice there's a few fireworks going on, and I was in Quest yesterday I was back working at Quest yesterday and had a few people come in buying some gifts for Diwali, so it was really nice. Traditionally people eat sweets and give gifts, and yeah, it's just a nice time. I love Diwali, it's really nice. I'll be lighting a candle later and doing my own prayers for my family and community and tribe and the world. And yeah, so that's today, Diwali, Monday. The time is, right now while I'm recording this, is 4:30 in the morning, and I couldn't sleep, and I didn't do the catch-up. I normally do it on a Friday. I normally do it on a Sunday. Try and do it later on in the day, but I was too tired. Jet lag's not too bad from India, but they're 4.5 hours ahead currently, because our clocks haven't gone back yet. So it just throws us out a little bit, but it means getting up early in the morning and going to bed early. But it quite suits us. It's not too bad. So I thought I'd make good use of time and record this podcast. So, oh my goodness me, I don't really know where to start this week, because obviously we're in Pushkar for most of it, in India for most of it, and last Monday we were in Pushkar, indeed, and we did a tour. I wanted to do some filming for social media and YouTube, and so I booked in with Pushkar Walking Tours, who we used before, and just so I had a guide going around Pushkar, going to some places that we wouldn't normally see. It was really cool, and he took us to lots of temples. I know that was one of Will's, before we went, he said, okay, one of the conditions is no temples. Well, it's impossible to go to India with no temples, but I said, okay, that's fine, won't go to any temples. But of course, you can't not go to a temple. It's full of temples, India. So, that was difficult. But on Monday, we went to some temples of Pushkar, and it's such a holy place there. And it was great, and I managed to get some footage. I had a right laugh though, because I wanted to get some film for some temples for my meditations. And it's not busy there. It's really not busy. It will be next week when the camel fair starts, but at the minute it's really quiet. But every time we went to a temple, it was just noisy. It was so funny. India is so noisy. And we turned up at this one temple that was amazing, because they were doing some ritual there and ceremony, and they were doing some chanting. But this lady decided to approach our guide and rant the whole time, about some people the day before, some photographers, professional wedding photographers, had come for 2 hours and done loads and loads of filming, and then said they were going to pay the lady for the temple. Said they were going for lunch and they would come back, and they never went back. That was the interpretation. But it was just funny, and there's nothing you can do, and it was just like, but I could feel like this, will you go away and leave? But everything was as perfect as it was, and I did manage to get some footage. But this lady was not happy, and she obviously just needed to sound off. And our guide was amazing, and he just listened to her and everything else. But all I wanted to do was film this beautiful ceremony that was taking place. I had to laugh at myself and laugh at the universe and everything else, as how it just, when something like that happens, what comes up for us and how we deal with it. It was just so interesting. And then just like, okay, Carolina, just laugh. There's perfection within this perfection, and it's okay. I think I managed to get a minute. Well, that was good. And I'll come to that in a minute. So Pushkar was just amazing. And then I did this blessing that I did with the girls in April last year on the lake of Pushkar. And you give the offerings to the lake, and it was nice to do. And then I had a cow visit me, which was funny, but I've recorded it all, and it'll all be coming out. I think because I've recorded so much in India, and there's so much to capture. I think all the videos are coming out like throughout November as well. So the Pushkar one will be, and the video is that I recorded is all about Pushkar and how it formed, and really interesting because it's the beginning of life. And then the previous week we'd been in Varanasi, which is the end of life. And so it was great. And we go to our favourite hotel there, Hotel Brahma, and it's like our second home there, my second home. Our Indian home. It's they've had a massive changeover of staff, so it was all mainly new faces there. But anyway, it's just really nice. Pushkar's great, and I love being in Pushkar. We feel very comfortable in Pushkar, and it was lovely. And then on Tuesday we were heading to Delhi, and we stopped off in Jaipur to see a supplier there for some clothes, and we bought some great stuff. It was really great to visit. We'd visited him a few times before. Bought some dresses, bought some jackets, some really nice jackets, some skirts. Bought quite a lot of stuff, and he's going to ship that over. He said he was going to do it that day. Don't know if he did. I don't think he did. I haven't had the tracking. And we'll see when it comes, but fingers crossed. It's really exciting. I'm really excited about that. And when we were in Pushkar as well, I might have shared that with you last week, but we saw the supplier who was the manufacturer for Lucy and Yak. They did that. I think I might have mentioned this, and they do the dungarees. Well, he's making us some new dungarees, which is really exciting as well. And some other things that I wanted him to make. So we'll be getting that in due course as well. So it's like, it was all go. Jaipur was just manic, just trying to do it quickly. But I have a funny story to tell you. So last April, the girls and I went to India, and we saw one of our suppliers, and we ordered from him like we've done a few times before, and we paid for all our goods. I don't know if I mentioned this last week, and then it took months to get our order, but we only got half of it, and I was contacting him all the time. Anyway, we got half the order, and then he said, "Oh, it all got lost. I've had to resend it. It's cost me so much money." I'm like, "But I paid for it. Should have been insured. I want the rest of my order." And this was April last year, so this has been going on all this time. So April 24 to now. So first time we've been back to Jaipur. So I messaged him a few times to say we were coming to Jaipur. Really wanted to have our goods, but I wanted to come and get our money back. And then he said, "Oh, it's been sent. And then I'm not believing him. So I said, it's really great to have a tourist police in Rajasthan. So I said to him that I was going to contact the police in Jaipur, and which I got ready to do. I found out where the police station was. We were going to go there, sort it out, and he got in touch, and he has promised me that he has now sent me the goods. He's promised me. He sent me this vague tracking number that didn't make any sense. There was nothing more I could do. He's phoning me and goes, "You can trust me, you can place more orders with me, you can do this, you can do that." I'm like, "No, I just want what we've paid for." So what do you reckon? Is it going to turn up? Isn't it? Let's see what happens. I'll be messaging him again this week, and we'll see. And then if not, next time I go out, I will definitely be going to the police, the embassy, wherever I need to go, and to get this money back. We've spent quite a lot in India this time, and nothing's been shipped yet, but I'm sure it will be. I'm really sure it will be, and I'm sure this was just a one-off. But honestly, but anyway, going back to Jaipur, going back to Sachin, yeah, we ordered loads of great stuff. So that's so exciting. It really is so exciting. These jackets are lovely, beautiful. I brought one home with me and I love it so much. It's like embroidered velvet jackets. They're beautiful. So that's going to be so exciting. And I love seeing the stuff that we've purchased in India and then bringing it to the shop, and it just brings this beautiful energy, even more adds to the energy. And we bought loads of jewellery in Pushkar as well, which was great fun. I bought some really nice pieces, some really lovely pieces. So that's great. And Will and I have kind of come to the conclusion that next time I'm going to go on my own to India. And because I know what I'm doing, I know what to do. We've got Ajit, our driver, who we just absolutely trust and adore. So we will be, I'll go back on my own, or maybe with one of the girls or something. But I know what I'm doing, so we can get some more stuff. But I'd quite like the stuff that we have ordered to come. So we'll see anyway. So it's all good fun. And then, so then after Jaipur, we drove to Delhi and managed to find a Starbucks on the way to have a coffee. We had missed a Starbucks on our massive travel road trip, but the second half, it was hardly any decent. There was no decent coffee on our road trip, which was a bit disappointing. But I think there's a business to be had there, is to open up some coffee shops on some of these roads, these dirt track roads. So then, we got to Delhi, staying in a nice Radisson hotel there, and we just caught up with work Wednesday, Thursday, just chilled, just did loads of work, and Amelia and Will working on a new website for Quest, and I just caught up with all my social media stuff. I had a cheeky little massage and a body scrub, because I love a body scrub. Nice massage, and just chilled out. But I had a bit of an epiphany in Delhi, and it happened at breakfast. It's a buffet breakfast in where we were staying. Beautiful. And this man just barged in front of Will to get his cereal, just was totally unaware that Will was there. And Will said something and it was absolutely fine, and, it was fine. But I got thinking of how someone can trigger us and how we can be triggered by someone else's behaviour. And for me, the epiphany was that actually we have a choice of how to respond, and how important it is to be aware of how that triggered us, so that we can be fully conscious of that. Because if it didn't trigger us, it would just be okay. It'd be neutral, wouldn't it? But if something triggers, I believe we have a choice in that moment as to how we want to behave. And do we want to add to the unconsciousness, or do we want to bring a consciousness into that moment and into that awareness? And as we know, and we talk about, and I talk about a lot to do with Ho'oponopono, we attract everything into our lives. So it's our responsibility to clear the things that are not in alignment with who we are, or not in alignment with what we want to attract into our life. So we need to then clear that. So the epiphany is that we have a choice. We have a choice of how to be, and to be very conscious in every moment, which means being present to every single moment. And because when someone's feeling like unconscious, like he was, totally, and when people are angry, and when people are feeling in those emotions, and it's spilling out and it's starting to affect everyone, have you noticed how we can join in with that energy? But that just creates a bigger fire. And sometimes it's better to stay rooted, grounded, connected, being aware, and using the Ho'oponopono mantra. And actually, I think that people can't stay within that for long if you're staying true to yourself. And so anyway, it was just an epiphany. It was just like one of those aha moments for me. And it was just I have a choice. And I know that, and all the rest of it. But when you get it, and it's very difficult to explain, but when you get it in a different context, it's like an aha moment. And it was a real aha moment for me. One breakfast in Delhi. So yeah, interesting, very, very interesting. So yeah, so then Thursday night, 2 a.m, our flight, it was in Delhi. And so we left the hotel about 10:30, 11:15, and went to the airport. It was all absolutely fine. There was no problems. It all just flowed. The flight home was very entertaining. Will and I just crashed as soon as we got on the plane, or as soon as the plane took off, I crashed. And I think I slept for 3 or 4 hours, and then woke up, and it just felt like chaos. That half the toilets were knocked out because someone had flushed, we think, a nappy down the toilet. There was water, the carpets were wet. We had to go and find it was just chaos. But we managed to get some sleep, and it was fine. It's only 8.5 hours, so it's not bad on the plane at all. And then we get to Heathrow, and we could walk across a pedestrian crossing, and we didn't get knocked over. We didn't have to look out for cars that were coming that don't stop. Cars actually stopped, and it was so peaceful. There was no beeping. Could really hear and feel the peace. It was so nice in that moment. It was just so lovely. And yeah, we got home and I just felt ill on Friday. I just felt really ill, felt sick, I had a headache, didn't feel great. Just managed to, I managed to rally myself and managed to sort out all the winter clothes, unpack, get ready for winter because it was cold. And then Will cooked favourite dinner and we were in bed by 6:30 and asleep. So I woke up Saturday feeling so much better. And then we went and did our traditional coastal walk, which was nice, down at East Preston, and that was lovely. It was really nice. And then we spent time in the afternoon doing work on the house, sweeping outside, and it was a lovely afternoon, speaking to our little community. It was lovely. It was so sweet, really nice. And then on Sunday I was at Quest with Amelia and putting out some new jewellery, tidying, beautiful, tidying the crystal stand. The shop was looking amazing. It was just so lovely. And just, yeah, it's great. And I've been thinking that before, like end of May, went on my like mini little sabbatical. I realised yesterday, looking back, how I think I'd got myself a little burnt out. I was just a bit overwhelmed with everything, and I just think I'd worked so hard. And obviously running a business for 18 years comes with its challenges, and of course I'm 18 years older, and you just like on this like little bit of a treadmill, and you don't really notice it. You just crack on, don't you? And you try new things, you do new things, you work on yourself, you evolve the shop, and there's just always so much, and it's so busy, and it was just such a big focus. And then working on, and then teaching, and it's just been massive for 18 years, just really full on. And I think I think I was just exhausted, and not that I really realised that at the time, but I think there was something that I needed to do that was within me, and that I just needed to stop for a while, and I just needed to pull back and just have some time out. And that's what life gave me that time to do that before it was forced upon me. Every bit of me needed it. And so I've been so lucky that Amelia was home, Amber was around, and that they could look after the shop. And obviously Laura and Emma and Sue were taking care of the shop as well. But the bits that I was doing, they took over. So yeah, super grateful to the whole of Quest team for being able to have this time off. And I really feel like it was the right thing to do, because I feel ready. I'm back to pick up from where I left off. And I just feel so much clearer and better. And I'm definitely building in more boundaries for myself and for Will I can, to have some time. And I think moving forward is really exciting. I'm so excited for Quest's next journey. I literally thought that Quest this year could have been the end, because our lease was up and we've renewed that now, and it was like such a massive transition, being 58 as well. I really didn't know what was going to happen, but I'm so grateful and so glad that what has happened, and that Quest continues to be strong and will continue to go. And it's always been out of my hands. I always think it's been very angelic led. And it has an energy of its own, and it's such a beautiful space, Quest. And it was wonderful to be back there yesterday, and it's just divine, and it's just amazing, and it's just incredible. And yeah, I'm super, super grateful. And it's lovely. It's such a beautiful space, and I fell in love with it again, which I'm so glad. I never fell out of love with it again. I never fell out of love, but I just feel like I've fallen deeper in love with it. I'm not sure, but it's just nice, and I'm really so glad that it's still there, and it's yeah. I'm really grateful. Looking forward to, so lots to look forward to. We've got the app that we're putting some more meditations and growing the app with some really super new ideas. Living a Life of Magic is growing. We've got a beautiful course starting in November, 4-week course, which is nice. And then workshop next year. There's got a wedding next year. We've got lots of lovely, exciting things planned. So yeah, looking forward to. Just feels a little bit lighter, doesn't it? Someone was saying how heavy they felt last week, but how much lighter they're feeling this week. And well, this is a new week, but last week. So the week before last, it felt very heavy. This last week that's just happened is much lighter, and it does. But yeah, there we go. So how about you? How are you? What's been happening for you? I hope you are well and growing and thriving and magical. And I'm very glad to be part of your life with you listening to this podcast, and I really hope you're enjoying it. Let's do a meditation. So let's just take our time just to become aware of our breath as we breathe in and breathe out. Feeling our feet on the ground. Relaxing our shoulders. And just connecting to the light within us. The beautiful radiant light that we are. Breathing in light. Breathing out light. Just coming back to our centre, coming back to our light, coming back to our divine self. This would be great to do every morning. Just come back to the light, come back to who you are. Every morning and every evening as you're lying in bed. Just breathe in light, breathe out light. Where there is light, there is no darkness. Notice how your body feels, how your mind feels. Wishing you a light-filled week, full of blessings, laugh and joy. That's my week wrapped up. What stood out, what shifted, and what I'm taking forward. Now it's over to you. What moments shaped your week? What inspired you? Let's keep the conversation going. Come and connect with me on @thesoulcoach or YouTube and let me know your thoughts. If this episode spoke to you, feel free to share it, tag me, or send it to someone who might enjoy it too. See you next week for another reflection. But until then, take care, stay present, and keep journeying within.